Hello friends, thank you for tuning in nice and early to this Tuesday afternoon Sim Series action from Michigan International Speedway. It's the Dodge Dealers 200 and pre-qualifying is already underway. With 8 minutes left in the session, Janza, one of the first cars on track and one of the first to the top of the board with the 35.482, but I'm sure we'll see more speed out of these guys yet. In the booth with me today, actually the guest commentator isn't here yet. As in, he hasn't shown up on time. But if he does, he'll be in. Don't worry about it. Stay excited. It's going to be a great race either way. As Emmett Lashbrook, top of the board with the 35.134. Looks like everyone's on track except for Carter Friesen. And the stream is red. Now it's green. Okay. Hopefully won't be an issue in the future. Janza back to the top of the standings. 34.699. That is a quick lap. I wonder if we're going to see some draft come into play. We saw in some of the other speedways, group qualifying. Being in the draft of another driver certainly helped out. I mean, we saw it a whole bunch of Pocono. The 33 and the 00 working together to get out of that pre-qualifying session. It worked for them then. So we see the 06, that 2003 guy, had a pretty big run on Skull and Bones in the 39. Still over 6 minutes left in the session. On the 10th race of the Sim Series already. There are only 2 more races after this one before the chase-offs start. And the grid will be set after Darlington. It's a cloudy day here in Michigan, especially outside of turns 3 and 4. But it shouldn't be a risk of rain. We should be able to get through this race no problem. Janza still on top, only by 0.02 of a second over Emmett Lashbrook. Let's see if we can find him on track, because that 47 has been quick. Although maybe working in the draft here. The 1 of Pure Red and Blues RP and the 60 of Savage Toy Show have both been in the draft a little bit of the 47, and they set very quick laps. Savage Toy Show to the top of the board. Pure Red and Blues RP in second. That 34.501, very, very fast. Jose the Potato trying to get a track position here on Hello I'm You in the 85. What's wrong with the frame rate? I think it should be fixed now. Got a little bit red for a minute there, but it's all good. Frame rate should be a nice crispy 60. Over halfway done in this pre-qualifying session already. Looking like 3 of the cars to beat. The 47 of Janza, the 1 of Pure Red and Blues RP, and the 60 of Savage Toy Show. Is Janza, with these guys going too wide in front of him, is going to take it to the apron. And he passes both of them. Shows just how strong that 47 car is today. Although creating a bit of a pack here down the backstretch. And that's certainly going to slow down the 47 and the 1 and the 60, but first, second, and third on the board, I think that'll be good enough for those guys. Janza will come in to get some new tires on and head out later on in the session. 91 of Simon Bloomfield. After Crispy Fried Games was in the car for a couple weeks, the 91 still hasn't qualified for a single event. But here in his home state of Michigan, Simon Bloomfield hoping to make the field. Sponsored by the local Plymouth County marching band. But right now, sitting in 15th. And out of 17 cars, it is not looking good for the 91 so far. Carter Friesen in the 33 with VGO3 close behind. Not sure if these guys are working together. Nope, definitely not. Looks like VGO3 wants to make that position up on track. 2.5 minutes left in the session. Remember, the top 8 from this pre-qualifying session will qualify into the main event. So Jan's in the 47, 1 of Pure Red and Blues RP, Savage Toy Show, Emmett Lashbrook, VGO3 in 5th right now. Ahead of the 59, Gatlin Downey, 14 of JR Preston Plays YT, and the 06 of ThatNR2003 Guy, just on the bubble right now. Only 3 1,000ths ahead of DS Gaming in the 16. See if we can find... There's DS Gaming. Gonna have to go a little bit faster if he wants to get into this main qualifying session. But with this traffic in front of him, it's really not going to help. He's going to have to get clear of these guys if he wants a clean lap here. One and a half minutes left on the outside looking in. 9th place. DS Gaming, Carter Friesen in 10th. Then it's Jose the Potato, Skull and Bones, Trooper 501, Hello I'm You, the 00 of Julio Caesar, 91 of Simon Bloomfield, down to 16th now, and the 23 of to AFK Master. With 1 minute left in the session, these guys will really have to push if they want to get on the board. The 91 all alone on track, and with no drafting help, that might be the cause of his troubles here today. And he's going to call it quits. The 91 will pull into the pits. Not enough speed here today. And unfortunately, 10 attempts and 0 races for the number 91 car. And now DS Gaming gets in his 7th place. And that's going to knock out the 14 of JR Preston Plays YT with less than a minute left in the session. DS Gaming finds a whole lot of speed in that 16 car, pulls a 34.630. And the 14 is just knocked out of the order. Looks like that. Oh, now he's back in. 14 goes to 3rd with a 34.475 just at the end of the session, and that's going to knock out that SNB 2003 guy. JR Preston plays YT when it looked like all was lost. Puts in a cracker of a lap. Goes third on the board. Knocks out the 06. And now to AFK Master goes the 7th. And in the last laps here, a whole lot of movement on the board. That's going to push Gatlin Downey out. To AFK Master in the 23 is going to go 7th. And now, with the session finally over, we can take a look at who has qualified for the main event. A whole lot of movement here at the end. Wow. Incredible action here in pre-qualifying. Let's take a look at the standings. Janza on top with a 34.453. Very quick lap. A Pure Red Blues RP 1/1000th behind him. Jared Preston plays YT. Gets into the show at the very end. At the very end. Pips his way up into 3rd place. Savage Toy Show 6th. Emmett Lashbrook 5th. Savage Toy Show's in 4th. Emmett Lashbrook 5th. Ahead of DS Gaming. To AFK Master jumps in at the last second. And VGO3 barely squeaks in. Unfortunately, Gatlin Downey and that SNB guy knocked out in the last minute. Carter Friesen, Jose the Potato, Hello I'm You, Skull and Bones, Trooper 501, Julio Caesar, and Simon Bloomfield going to go home. A hugely disappointing performance for the 91 team at his home track. Last place in pre-qualifying. So the top 8 are going to move on. And let's make sure to add them to our roster. So, qualifying their way into the main event. The number 47. The number 1. And the 14. It's the second week in a row these qualified for a race. Got a top 10 last week in Pocono. That 14 team looks like it's starting to turn that program around. The 60, the 08, Emmett Lashbrook. DS Gaming in the 16. To AFK Master in the 23 with, a snipe at the end. Just pips his way in. And VGO3, who I think has only qualified for one other race this whole season. It's been a tough time for that E2 car. It's been quiet, but certainly not fun. So now we're going to go to the main qualifying event. Which means all 42 cars on track at once, 10 minutes, and the times will set the grid for the Dodge Dealers 200. And green flag is out on track. Session's already begun. Some teams are just loading their cars out of the trucks now. Out of the garage. Let's see who the first to come on track is. And it's the 14. Jared Preston plays YT. But he's actually going to get beat here by the 12 of Anderson Reed and the 3 of NASCAR Lover 201. Jake 24 also coming out on track early here. You see Chase the Coyote coming out as well. We got some new paint schemes out here this week. Let's see if I can find them. Oh, big news. Spitfire. Back behind the wheel of the 48 car. We saw Nitro Gaming fill in last week and have an incredible run at Pocono in the 48 car. Unfortunately was screwed out of a great finish at the end by a surprising caution midway through the pit cycle. But after his accident and his injury, Spitfire 4456 back behind the wheel. See how long it takes for him to get back to work here in the Sim Series. '44 of NASCAR Kumon Cup Series. Missed the last event, but back out here on track and still doing pretty well in the points. 44 is looking to pick up some up here today. Number 83 of Midlife 9999, running the Can-Am paint scheme for the first time this season. Started the season off as just a part-time driver, but good performances have led that 83 to full-time status, now picking up some new sponsorship. We'll see if that moves him anywhere further up in the points standings. So I think we saw in the pre-qualifying session, the draft is so important. If you're on track alone, there is no hope of getting a good lap in. I mean, you can see just how much it works here with Non-Kraka closing up to the back of Cody H Gaming. He's actually going to go for the pass on the 28 here. Quickly to the top of the board, the number 48. Spitfire is keen to get back to racing quickly. 34.359. Decent lap, but I'm sure we'll see these guys go much, much faster later on. Now it's Rusty Fighter in the 55 on top and DriveThrough in the 77. Pre-McShane also with a pretty quick lap there. See if we can find DriveThrough on track, because that was a real quick lap. Xander M now. Two-time winner in the Sim Series, last week's race winner at Pocono. Puts the 01 on top of the board at the 33.970. And that is by far the fastest lap we've seen this weekend. What an incredible lap. See if we can find the 01 on track. That was incredible. Where is he? There he is. In a bit of a group here. And matching his time exactly. Priya McShane in the 42. See if the 01 can beat it this time around. 4/10 slower. I think he had to work through some of that traffic. But these guys are already half a second quicker than the pre-qualifying times. I mean, in pre-qualifying, we saw a 34.4 was at the top of the board. Now we've got two exact times, the 33.970 of the 01 and the 42 at the top of the board. And Xander, I'm going to be shown at the top because he set that lap time before Pre-McShane did. I've never seen anything like that. Two cars, two identical lap times at the top of the board. Rusty Fighter in the 55 is going to be behind them in third. Following him, it'll be DriveThrough in the 77. Pure Red Blues RP. Going faster than he did in pre-qualifying in the one car, putting it into the top 5 so far. Adrian Fitzy in the 04 in 6th. Ahead of Mike PMC, Spitfire in 8th, Jake 24, and then Pure in the 61. Rounds out the top 10. Just outside the 47 of Gens of the 84 of F1 Fan 2751 to AFK Master, Non-Kraka, Weak Boy, DS Gaming, and, well, it's changing a lot, so hard to really keep track of. Mike PMC goes up into 7th with a 34.156. Again, a lot of this has to do with track position. These guys got to be really careful about where they're putting their cars, who they're going to race with, because obviously you're not going to set fast laps going around here side by side. We can see the 3, the 47, now the 77. Maybe trying to run single file here. with some of the draft. We'll see if they can set some quick laps. Pri McShane, one of the cars caught in this bit of traffic here. We know that 42's fast, but maybe not when she's busy battling a whole bunch of other cars. And they're going 3 wide here. And Cody's going to go to the bottom. They're going to go 4 wide. Sure, why not? It's qualifying, but these guys want this track position. Well, that is if the guest commentator shows up. Hopefully. Not all for nothing. Look at this pack of cars that is formed here. All behind the 25 non-Kraka now, and they've got like 10 cars all together here. Clumped up. And nobody able to match the times of the 01 and the 42. Only 2 minutes left in the session. Snoot asks, what track is this? It's Michigan, baby. Gotta read those description boxes. Minute and a half left in the pre-qualifying session. The 01 and the 42 still untouchable at the top of the board. Incredibly fast. I mean, 33.970. Very, very impressive. And at this rate, it doesn't look like anyone is going to knock them off the top of the standings. So we see Michael Deitch here with a bit of a battle in the Kumon Cup Series. Actually going to go around the outside of Carnation, who I think is on an outlap here. Tell you what, if my special guest doesn't show up, might have a couple of these, the drivers who were sent home early. How about that? But I hope my special guest shows up. It's kind of disappointing if he doesn't. I guess I really shouldn't say who he is if he doesn't show up, because that'll be kind of disappointing. End of the session here, drivers will get their chance to complete one final lap in hopes of moving up the standings. But it looks like Xander M, fresh off of his second win of the season, and despite his penalties, now locked into the chase-offs again. And looking really fast here this week. So as these drivers finish their final laps, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Xander M on top with that 33.970. Cracker of a lap. Pri McShane in second. Rusty Fighter 89 third. DriveThrough fourth. Pure Red and Blues RP fifth. Adrian Fitzy with a very impressive qualifying time for that 04 team in sixth. Mike PMC seventh. Spitfire 44.56 in eighth. Ahead of Jake 24 in ninth. And Pure rounds out the top 10. I can go deep into the order once I'm setting the grid. And that session is over.
Okay, buddy, fire it up here.
So let's fake our qualifying session, save it, export it. And now comes that little 5-minute break where we start setting the grid. And while that happens, I think I'm also going to get set up in the booth with some friends. So I'm going to do that actually first of all. One of them keeps changing their names, so I don't... How do I find him? Is that him? That is him. How do I... Heyo!
Hey.
It's ThatNR2003 guy. Because I need
It is.
commentators, and you need to accept my friend request so I can add people to this.
Yeah, let me do that. I should probably do that. Pending.
Is it pending?
Yeah, it's pending. I got it. There you go.
Okay, so now I can add a friend.
There's Mr. Boy. It's the boy.
And we're going to take 5 minutes to set the grid.
You do that.
You
I'm
might
not
want
gonna be stupid, Adria.
You might want to go through the entry list.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Save game editor. There it is. Okay, Michigan Cup.
Let me actually pull it up and like have it on my screen while I'm watching. That'd probably be actually a good idea, you know?
It's on this screen here. Well, I guess not anymore because I'm looking at the
I
qualifying
can just
thing.
have it up beside the thing, you know?
Have we gone to Darlington yet? No, sir. Darlington's the end of the
That's
regular
next
season.
week.
That's not next week, is it?
Oh. Is it?
Is it? I should know this. Wait. No, next week is the Glen. And then after the Glen, it's Darlington. And then after that, it's the Chase-Offs. So let's find Xander M here. Because he got the pole.
Look, that NR2003 guy, Ford, East Coast dies, lacrosse. Whoa. Guaranteed no. Definitely not in the race.
Definitely not guaranteed. Definitely didn't make the race.
Alright. Oh. That's brilliant.
Where's the one?
Yeah. Okay, you didn't hear that good. Okay, no. Hold on. It's the cat.
Sixth. We got a cat in the booth. I'm losing my mind. Where's their shoes? Mike PMC in 7th. And then it's Spitfire and Jake 24. If my special guest does show up, I might kick you. Only if it's before the start of the race, though.
Nah, I don't care. This race brought to you by Arizona Green Tea and Dodge.
And Dodge. It's not the Arizona Green Tea Dealers 200, is it? Non-Croca 11th. Cody H Gaming 12th. Janza 13th. Tell you what, he might end up going full time today.
Oh.
If that 47 collects like a certain number of points,
Darn.
he actually might do it. KHP in 14th, the big one in 15th. God, I wish I could make this bigger. And it's F1 fan. It's a great tool, but it's just so frustrating. Anderson Reed 17th, AFK Master 18th, and it's NASCAR Lover 201.
Doge Man 200. Ugh. Let's not make a mess in the chat, guys.
What are they doing now?
They're making memes.
Oh, great. Flynn Zone 37 is 21st. And then it's Luke Rainey. Hey, first race of the chase-offs. We're going back to Daytona. Luke Rainey has a chance there, that's for sure. 23rd will be Weak Boy.
I know I'm a me major, you don't have to remind me.
Where's Mr. Skull and Mr. Bones?
Oh. Asking you shall receive.
Apparently. Welcome to the booth. The two drivers
What's
who
up?
didn't make the race.
Here I am.
I guess I should update the description. I'll do it before the race starts. Okay, VGO3 is 24th. DS Gaming 25th. That's Racer Fan 99. Wherever he is. There he is. Chase the Cody and Midlife.
Can the 12 Days of Sim series be a sponsor?
What?
Yeah.
How does a
Question I
song
have.
sponsor a race?
I mean, album, you know?
Yeah, but
No.
then I gotta see an album. Emmett Lashbrook 29, Savage Toy Show in 30th.
Jonza just comes in and says good morning, like always.
Morning.
Yeah, totally morning, guys.
What bloody time zone is he in? It's morning in Asia, maybe.
Eastern Unstandard Time.
Spook Boule 32nd. The 32 starts 33rd. And then it's
Oh,
Ben
dude,
Pye.
lacrosse stick.
Michael Deitch. JR Preston plays YT.
It's not even Christmas yet, Snoot.
The Kumon Cup Series.
Serious.
Mitchell Collins, 38th.
What the heck?
Then it's DNP 10. Thick Daddy. What incarnation?
Thick Daddy.
What incarnation qualifies in 41st?
Oof.
There's the surprise of the week.
Not really surprised, dude. Just choked last race, didn't he?
Well, let's see if he can turn around. We have
Yeah, true.
100
Easy.
laps here at Michigan International Speedway. Happy Easter. Snoot, are you okay?
Bro, it's not even Christmas yet.
And Fireball 398.
And it's
Starting
been
dead
Christmas in
last.
September, but it's not even Christmas yet.
Okay, so we're going to jump on over to the race.
Yeah, you do that.
Okay, buddy, fired up. One switch at a time, turning your stuff on.
And now, don't interrupt the command.
I won't. I'll mute my mic real quick.
And as the field lines up, it's time for the most famous words in racing.
Drivers, start your engines!
All right, boys, just like we talked about in the meeting, what's going to pay off for us today is patience and consistency. Good, smooth racing on the racetrack, and that's what'll take us up to the front. We'll be there at the end of this thing.
And the field files out of the pit lane 2 by 2. Xander M on pole. Priya McShane right beside him at the front.
Look at him go.
And it's going to get pretty crazy here. I know these guys are not scared to go 3-4 wide on some of these 2-mile tracks. I mean, we saw it at Auto Club.
And we saw it in practice.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of these guys were just throwing it in there. 4 wide and at one point with Cody H Gaming and a few of the others.
And we might see a little bit of apron action on the front straightaway.
That's my favorite kind of action.
So who's your pick to win the race today? Who's got
I mean,
the
that number
pace?
1 car there.
The 01 has been strong.
Yeah.
I don't
Coolio.
foresee back-to-back wins though.
Pure
Hmm.
looks pretty. Looks like he has a good chance to win today.
If I had to pick right off the start, I would go with Priya McShane. Would be my pick to win the race today.
We've seen Priya be fast at some of these bigger tracks, but hasn't been lucky, that's for sure. I mean, at
Xander
any point this season.
Xander's been fast all season. He's not even a top 35 car, so I mean, you gotta give him some credit.
Xander, the only one to win 2 races here in the Sim Series.
Yeah, he's the fastest car out here. He's on the pole.
Could make it 3 today. The Chevrolet Camaro pace car
car's off.
pulls into the pits. The field will file out of turn 4. Green flag flies. We are racing here at Michigan. Race 10 of 16 in the series, and already some apron action.
3 and 4 wide. Oh, jeez.
Xander M gets a great
5
start.
wide? Oh my God.
I think they're
Priya McShane didn't do too well. Adria
This is 5
Fitzy's
wide.
going backwards.
some of these guys are trying to force it 5
Oh,
wide.
oh my.
3
See if they
wide
can make it
out
out of turn 2. Adria Fitzy's in the
The
wall.
wall.
Oh, they're wrecking in the
They're
back.
already wrecking.
7
The
car.
7, the 20, the 78.
Oh,
Caution flag is out on lap 1.
That car's destroyed.
Oh, they're still wrecking.
32 car.
Oh,
Ugh.
the 7 to Chase the Coyote I saw in there. The 32 of
Anthony plays.
Anthony plays.
Yeah, Anthony plays got a lot of that one.
We knew it would be dicey.
Involved as well.
We knew they would go ham at the start, but oh geez.
They spread out before they even crossed the
Looks
line.
like Adria just judged it a little bit too hard.
I think
Put it up into the wall.
Adria ran out of track and just caught the wall.
I think the 22 of RacerFan99 got the wall as well. Let's go back and take a look what happens. Hunter's calling for a redo. I don't think it's going to happen though. You see, Adria gets the wall, but it's actually the 22 behind that gets the wall.
Oh.
And that's what causes the mess. I mean, these guys are going 5 wide at this point. The 32, the 08, the 7, the 83, the 22
No patience.
just gets the
22's
wall.
The first to hit the wall, it looks like.
Nowhere for the
Oh,
60 to go, and the rest of these guys are just caught up in it.
60 looks like he's able to right it and get back, so he might just
Yeah,
have
the
some minor damage.
Let's see if we can
I mean,
helicopter cam
Savage-
this.
Savage just got nailed in the door.
Man,
he had nowhere to go.
They are 5 wide.
And that was never going to work.
Oh, absolutely not.
And there's
Wow.
nowhere for him to go at that point. Nowhere for the
Adria
60 to
kept it-
go. And was the 7... Was that
It wasn't
related?
Adria that caused it.
No, it was the 22. And in trying to avoid him, he gets the 32, which gets the 08, and that chain reactions to chase the Coyote. Nowhere Hunter could go.
I mean, I'm a little happy I'm not in this. I'm not tearing my crew's car up.
But I don't think Hunter has any damage, so
Hunter just got turned. He's fine.
no damage done.
Good.
The 32's got a bunch of right side damage. The 22, front and rear. I think Chase the Coyote's all right as well.
Chase
you
just
go
got
back,
a little bit sideways. He's fine.
If you go back and look at Adria, it looks like she bounced off the wall and actually catches Cody, but keeps it righted as all this happens behind her.
I don't think she was 5 wide, though. Just 4 wide. Just grazes the wall. I don't think she touches Cody.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, maybe just a little tap.
Just a little love tap.
Certainly nothing to
Yeah.
worry about there.
I mean, Cody might not like that, but it's okay. Just a little tap to the door. It's nothing major.
So it looks like a lot of these guys make it through there okay. The only real damage done is a little bit on the left side of the 60, but the 22 and the 32,
Are pretty messed up.
yeah, and that's not great
All
so
right.
early on in this race.
People trying to win on lap 1.
So
Never
let's see
works.
who wants to pit and who wants to stay out.
Probably everyone. Looks
Well-
like everyone's coming
Oh,
down
wow.
except
Everybody-
Xander.
Xander M,
Wow.
Mike PMC are going to stay out. It looks like Mitchell Collins in the 10 is going to stay out as well.
What is... Why are
Everyone
they
else is
getting
gonna
on lap 2?
It could be an adjustment thing. They're getting used to the track. I mean, it's the first time the Sim Series has ever been
You're
here.
right. You're right. With these new cars, too, this isn't NASCAR. This is something else.
Rusty Fighter leaves him down the pit road. It
Oh,
looks like
man.
Xander M stayed out. Who else stayed out with Xander?
I guess Xander's happy without the
Xander,
car feels.
Mike PMC, and Mitchell Collins.
Mitchell Collins.
And
I
Mitchell
would've been
Collins
the
is
stay on
gonna
play.
he's gonna gain a whole bunch of spots by doing so. So let's see what the call
Might
is
get
here.
the advantage.
Let's-
22
I wonder if it'll
pulls
be splash and goes. I imagine those who were involved are going to get some tires. They're probably
Priya
going to pull the
McShane.
fenders out on Adria's car.
right there. The DC Solar.
Looks
Shit,
like
really good.
2 tires is the call.
For everyone except Priya McShane's gonna get 4 maybe.
No,
Or just get
just
stuck
a
in
slow
the-
stop.
Oh, pulls right out in front of 61.
Looks like they
Wow,
get through there okay.
That is a
Almost
tight
traffic
pit
jam
road.
right there.
They're still working on Adria's car.
Adria took
Yeah,
the
she got the
down
wall pretty
really
good,
hard.
but let's see if they fixed some of that damage there.
Probably didn't take the wall down, but hit it pretty decently.
Just enough to push those quarter panels in.
Well, looks
Yeah.
like they got it. They got it cleaned up for sure on the right side. 57 has a little bit of damage on the right side as well.
tap the wall off the corner. Oof. 22.
32, they're fixing
happy.
up, but yeah, not looking good for
He's
Racer
not
Fan
happy.
99 so early on here.
I mean, if I was a Camaro, the front end would probably look like a frown right now, but
Yeah, they're still working on that car.
yeah, he's I don't know about his chances.
So let's jump to real time. Field's still pacing around here. No retirements from the race. Looks like the 22 is back out on track, and I don't even think he's a lap down.
Sorry about that, if you heard that.
Looks like they got most of the side fixed on that 20.
They got the rear end fixed pretty well, too.
Actually, it looks like they... Wow.
There's a
actually
quick change body panels.
Thank God for composite bodies.
Compose it.
So Xander M will lead them to the green, and it is Mike PMC and Mitchell Collins, and then we have all those that pitted following and behind them, led by Rusty Fighter, and the big one moving up a couple spots as well.
Pre McShane lost a whole bunch of spots through the pit cycle.
Yeah, some looks like they got stuck on something with that car.
That was a slow
with
stop.
Robin Jack.
Sorry, I'm dealing with it cold right now.
Do you guys get ads on my live streams?
No.
Are you?
Are
is
you
the Sim series that
monetized?
important?
Are you monetized? Or no?
No, because Asteroid's complaining about ads. Are there actually ads in this? Oh, people are saying yes.
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
interesting.
Whoa.
I think that's
I
a
don't
good
Yeah,
know.
thing.
pace car. So it's a good thing it's just caution laps. So enjoy the sponsors from Sim Series sponsors.
And doggy chargers. I mean, that's actually not what I meant to say for once. Ugh.
Dodge dealers.
Don't-
The
How many
Dodge
laps?
Dealer's 200.
200. I almost said 100, but it's 100 laps.
It's 100 laps, 2 miles each, 200 miles. Quick maths.
Two-
I don't know math
200.
very well.
That's a lot of hundos.
And it looks like we're going to spend a good chunk of it under caution.
Well, now that they're going to restart single file, we might not see the chaos happen as quickly here.
Okay, but this is the Sim Series, and I understand your optimism. But as demonstrated previously, we're
We have
probably
amateur
going to have
drivers.
chaos all the way through, all the way around, and up and down, left and right, aprons,
taken-
turns, grass. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be
We've
carnage.
taken every person from the top split of rookie street stocks and put them in like every single car we could, and gave them a cup car, and seen how they could handle it.
It's been interesting so far. I mean, if it's anything like Auto Club, it should be pretty good, right? They managed to get through most of that race caution-free.
How
That's
many
true.
laps do the thing? Yeah. How many laps are left? Is what I tried to say.
Well, we're going to restart lap 6 of 100 here, so still a lot of time for chaos, but also a lot of time for good, clean racing. Let's see which way we're going to go here.
My optimism was quashed right around week 6, so I'm gonna air that we're not gonna have a longer green flag run until we
Yeah.
lose some of these cars out of the lineup
Alright,
here.
here we go.
Chevrolet Camaro
Back,
pace
pace
car
cars
pulls
off.
into the pits. Xander M
That
is going to
peak.
lead the field single file
That Pete Camaro up
out of
behind.
turn 4. Green flag is out,
Ooh.
and a big start from the 13. Mike PMC
Yeah.
had a peak to the outside, but I don't think he's enough to get
Oh,
along
He's
with
got
the
the
01
tractor
here.
Already in the outside of Mitchell Collins.
got a big amount of draft.
Well, we know Mitchell.
Spitfire worked his way into the top 10 after missing.
Oh, he's getting under him. He's trying to get under him.
Here comes the big one on the bottom of Mitchell Collins.
Ooh.
Get out of turn
Swinging
2,
out wide, the
okay.
Red Bull car.
That's your points leader, F1 Fan 2751. But it's the big one and DriveThrough going to go on the bottom of Mitchell Collins here. 13 having a look at the bottom of the 01 for the lead of the race. Mike PMC with a big run out of turn 4. Down the
I don't think
track.
he can
He
get it- Doesn't
peeked
quite
and he
get it
got
across the line.
I'm sorry for the pun.
See if we can
Missed
hold
by
it on the bottom in
2
turn
100th of
1.
a second. I think he's got it though through. He's got the. I think he's got
I
it.
will
clears him.
Be back.
Clears the 01 coming out of 2. New leader. It's Mike PMC. And we can see the field's already
And
starting to go
Xander
3
make
wide.
an aggressive block on that 53. trying
But
to
now
try
the
to
big
hit
one on the bottom, they're going 3 wide for the lead. Almost. Now,
And-
Xander with the crossover.
And Pure Red and Blues out of nowhere.
Where did he come from?
He can't. Where did he come from?
Way
There.
down on the apron.
Rusty Fighter with a push from Mitchell Collins underneath of drive-through.
They're using up all of the trap. And now here comes the 1 on the bottom.
One with a where did he come from?
He's going to have a push down the back straightaway from the 13. No, he's not. Mike PMC is going to try the bottom. That's not going to work. Not through 3 and 4.
Yeah. One shuts the door on midway through.
Mike PMC led for most of that lap, but he's not going to get any laps led. SNB put the crossover on him coming out of 4. But now he's going to get the lead taken away from Pure Red and Blues RP. Part-timer in the 1 car leading this race.
Shot out of a cannon on that restart. Into the lead. And then it's drive-through into 3rd, already looking to challenge Xander M.
Turn 2 they go. Jans is in the wall. He got the wall coming out of turn 2. He might have a little bit of damage, but still rolling here.
Looks like drive-through and the big one have worked really well so far, trying to work their way back to the front of this field.
They're both on the inside of Xander M here.
No, I think he's going to back off and let drive-through handle that 3 wide by himself. And he's going to suffer for it.
Seeing a lot of apron action back in the pack. Mike PMC works his way back into 2nd place.
I wonder if we do wind up getting a longer green flag run, at what time will Xander and Mike PMC start falling back? And will it matter with the aggressiveness that's going on through the field? I feel like everybody's burning up their equipment at roughly the same pace.
Well, Mitchell Collins, who restarted 3rd, is down to 12th already. But, I mean, it was only a couple laps on those right side tires.
And are right side tires really going to be that much of a difference? I really don't know.
Well, it looks like the 13 and the 1 still got it. Here they are battling for 2nd place. And Non-Kraka in the 25 out of nowhere into 4th place.
A lot of these guys coming from the back of the field. I guess those early adjustments are exactly what they needed.
Luke Rainey up into 5th place.
Also out of nowhere. Where are these people coming from? And the big one now, shuffled to the high side, is a dangerous place to be. Not a lot of grip on that top side, unless somebody goes with you. He's going to start to fall back as well.
They're going single file at the front. Back in the pack, Midlife goes onto the apron to AFK Master. 23's in the wall.
Into 1.
And you can see the damage it's done to the right side of that car. And he gets it again.
Again. Not many people can do the Larson line, and I think he's failed at it.
AFK Master's falling back now. Gets the wall twice. First coming into 1, and then exiting 2. He's going to fall way down the running order. So let's make our way up through the pack. Mike PMC still close behind Pure Red Blues RP for the lead. Xander M 3rd, Luke Rainey 4th, and here comes Rusty Fighter into the top 5.
And then Non-Kraka in the 25 out of nowhere as well. Running into a strong top 10 run so far.
Field's starting to spread out a little bit. Michael Deitch is a little bit slow. You can see the 22 of RacerFan 99 with the damage he's got is falling back.
And Luke Rainey with a great run on the outside, up on the right behind Mike PMC, looking to get a run out of turn 2 down the back. Oh wait, we're on the front. Sorry.
What a move by Luke Rainey. He went around the outside of Xander M. Now he's going to try the inside of Mike PMC for 2nd place.
He had a great run out of turn 4. Now looking on the inside of through 1 and 2, right to the bottom of Mike PMC. Doesn't quite clear him into 2. And a 2 onto the back. He
doesn't clear him yet. 13's got the run out of the corner. They're going to be side by side coming into turn 3. A 1 in the 55 going to the bottom behind Luke Rainey.
They're just going to abandon Mike PMC on that high side. They're going to go single file behind him and push Luke Rainey into 2nd, but Xander M now looking to the bottom.
Xander M wants that position for himself. He's going way down on the apron. They're going to go 3 wide here for 2nd place.
I think that's going to wind up hurting Xander M with a run into 1.
And LaFlynn zone's going to make it 4 wide.
38 with an aggressive move.
13 gets the wall a little bit.
And the 23 still hitting the wall in the back of the field.
AFK Master is not liking the way his car is set up right now. He is going backwards.
I can't tell if he's tight or if he's loose or if he's tight and loose.
Non-Kraka on the corner of Mike PMC.
Gives him a little nudge, pushes him up to the high side.
And the 13 is losing a whole bunch of spots here. Luke Rainey is now in 2nd. The 1 and the 2 running 1st and 2nd.
The 1 and the 2 running 1 and 2. Luke Rainey to the bottom.
I don't know if you can get the run out of the corner, though. Down the back straightaway. Let's see where they are.
Rusty Fighter looking like he's going to hook up with Luke Rainey here.
Luke Rainey has a really good run through there. Now to the bottom.
right on the bumper of Rusty Fighter.
Luke Rainey to the lead of the race.
And a lap car coming up ahead. How's that going to affect things?
That's the 22 of RacerFan99. And he's going pretty slowly here. 37.7. He is 3 seconds slower than the leaders. This could shake things up here. Here comes Flynn Zone in the bottom. With all this battling at the front, the leaders have
and they've caught.
Closed right up.
He's stuck in the middle.
Wide. Oh no, this is bad.
That's going to hold up the 1.
He's going to hold the 1, the 55, and that top side. Well, Flynn Zone to second place now, and Xander M into third.
55 got held up bad.
But
and now
Pure Red and Blues RP is really going backwards. Stuck on the top side.
He's
from second place.
Parachute.
On the apron down there.
Dropping all those positions.
Now he's finally going to go down and get past him.
After he's pushed out of a top 10. Oh man, he's not going to be happy.
And now they're going 3 wide here. The 53
and then J24 in the 4. A previous winner as well.
So Luke Rainey at the front. Flynn Zone behind him. Now having to look to the bottom. 3 and 4. Luke Rainey's going to hold that charge off.
Huh. Good meme.
Dracone asks, where's Carnation? Carnation started in 41st, so not a great place to be. Up to 27th already. So Carnation is working his way through the field. Oh, we got a car on the wall. That's KHP01.
And he's dropping like a rock.
Yeah, he's going slowly now. Almost gets it again coming out of 2. And yeah, he's really slowing up now.
He had a bad case of the wall.
I'm drinking, don't do that.
That's more the reason to do that.
Xander M to the bottom for the lead.
He got. When did he pass the Flint Zone? All right.
Okay,
battle into 1.
Blink and you'll miss it. Michigan is delivering the excitement here in the Sim Series. Xander M clears Luke Rainey through turn 2, and the pole sitter back into the lead of the race.
He's a fast car, and he can do that, but I don't know how long it's going to last.
These are
that 2 car's all over him.
2 previous winners here, just duking it out for the lead.
Duking it out.
Luke Rainey second, the Flynn Zone in third, Rusty Fighter in fourth, and then a battle for fifth between Mike PMC and Spitfire on his return drive.
A little bit of contact there, it looks like.
Not quite contact, but Flynn Zone really threw it into the bottom, and that move did not pay off for the 38 team. See the field starting to string out a little bit more. Luke Rainey's still really close to the 01. He'll get a bit of that draft coming out of turn 4.
Rainey's on the inside.
Rainey did make that pit and get those 2 right side tires in.
He's got the run on Xander.
Yes, fuel.
So he does have fresher tires than Xander, but I don't know if tires are going to be matter.
And they're going 3 wide for third.
3 wide.
Spitfire
on the bottom. Loose. Way loose on the bottom.
Luke Rainey. Not quite clear of the 01 yet. Now he is. Back in the lead. Xander M's going to try the crossover. He's pulled the move off on the 13. Now he's going to try it on the 2.
2 is...
And he's got draft help.
Nope. 2's holding his own up there.
And we are 22 laps into this, so
he kept
we
it
are
up
starting
there.
to see.
I don't think that move's going to work on the 2 car. He needs to figure out something else.
Luke Rainey's been quick, but he's been complaining about his speed in clean air. He's not having a great time once he's out front.
And now they're 4 wide for second.
Xander Edmond. Oh.
Spitfire went way to the bottom of the track. Oh, we got
drive-through to the bottom.
Cars weaving. The big ones on the apron here. Something's wrong with the 53 car.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he has a problem. Yeah,
the 53 was fast on that
broke.
First restart.
Broke.
53 has had no luck this season. The car's been so fast, but
yeah, something's
pretty
wrong
unreliable. Let's go back and see what happened.
Right before it blows up.
Looks like he might have got caught drive-through on the way down.
He's on the outside here.
He broke. Yeah, he broke. He's trying to get to the bottom.
Just ends up nudging drive-through out of the way. He won't be happy about that, but there's really not much he could have done.
If he stayed up there, he would have stacked up the whole field and probably caused a wreck. Good on him getting down there.
So Xander M back into the lead.
We're 23 laps into this run now, and I anticipate us to start to spread into that single file pattern.
The 01 and the 2 have been swapping positions at the front for the last few laps here. 53's out of the pit, so whatever the problem was, whether it was a loose wheel or a vibration or something, but...
Okay, we have a question from one of the moderators. If Thick Boy is involved in the big one, does it become the thick one?
Jesus.
Always.
Alright.
That's a fairly self-explanatory question.
Luke Rainey back to the bottom. We're seeing the draft is so strong here at Michigan. But Xander M's going to hold him off.
Without anybody to help him, he doesn't get that run on that bottom side.
I mean, Luke, he has a good car when he gets in the draft, but as soon as he gets up front, it looks like he just hits a brick wall and just slows down.
Now Rusty's going to try and take advantage. 55's looking at the bottom of the 2 car here for second place. It's going to be hard to get the run out of 2.
He's been quick, but he hasn't been lead lap or lead. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. He hasn't been up there much.
Do you know what you're trying to say?
Yeah, sometimes don't, but right now I know what I'm trying to say.
Top 5 are close together, all single file.
And how about that run for Spitfire on that return back from injury?
We're seeing a lot of speed out of this 48 car. I mean, last week with Nitro Gaming as a substitute,
Yes,
that was a race-winning car.
Oh, 38 is... Oh, Rainey's on the inside of that one now.
He's having a look, but he's not quite there yet. Most of the field now single file.
Lost some speed coming out.
Looks like LaFlynn's under the look. Take a look to the bottom of Rusty Fighter. No help bullet. He actually looks like he's going to drop that spot to Spitfire as well, and Mike PMC's going to get a run out of turn 4.
That's really going to cost him.
Oh, 48.
And look at that run by Spitfire around the 38 and under the 55.
Wow. Spitfire.
We had the early run game played. Now we're into the later runs. See how these cars handle
lose on the bottom because he's not been good on the bottom. He's strong on the bottom.
Although he's matching the 55 out of the corner.
No, 55 got the run. 38's coming inside too then.
Luke Rainey at the bottom for the lead.
Rainey to the bottom.
Pit window, I'm pretty
Still
sure,
not
is
there.
around 40-ish laps.
So we do have to see at least one more pit stop before we get to the end.
Absolutely. I think 2 more stops.
And look at Spitfire, another great run.
3 wide.
Spitfire to the
Rainey.
bottom. Ooh, just gets loose. There's not a lot of grip down there.
He's not even on the group. He's just on the little patch of the little asphalt. In the
He's
bottom.
tried that
It's
moves
just
a few times, but
yeah, it just has not worked.
he's going to lose out here to
yeah.
DS Gaming in the
Killed it.
16.
He might have ate up.
Has made
tires
his
during
way to the
that.
front. This is the best we've seen that 16 car run all day.
Kraka's still up there.
Midlife 9999 also into the top 10.
A brand new ride for his, looking good for his Can-Am sponsors. And
They're
there's the
going pretty
one.
fast.
The one
Rainey's
back
on
into the
the
top
one
10
line.
at around the 61.
Pure Red and
Gotta be
Blues RP
parachuted.
showing that he's still got some speed here. Could be in it for the long run.
Bunched up.
Now they're bunching into single file. See who gets any kind of run. LaFlynn's on right on the bottom of Rusty Fighter.
Oh, he's
Looks
right.
to.
He's pushing down.
But he's got no help.
Yeah. No, if the 48 was there, he probably would have gotten past him, but nope.
Spitfire's actually going to try and go around the outside.
Oh, he just left him out to dry. Is there any bad blood between these two? Because it seems like it.
That might cost him, because here comes DS Gaming. Has a look at that gap on the bottom. He's going to have the draft from the 38.
Oh, he
Won't
got
be able to
by.
make that move yet.
Oh, he's sticking to the bottom now. Oh, he lost it.
Yeah, no. That bottom, he keeps hoping that bottom side's going to be there, but that aggression is going to cost him. It's going to kill his momentum out of 4.
If these tires were fresher, maybe. But certainly not at this
Crockett
point in the race.
And Midlife 9999.
Midlife.
Now they're 3 wide across
Way down.
the start-finish line.
Almost in the grass.
3 wide.
Coming
too.
through 1 and 2.
Can he make it? No, he's losing it too. He might not.
There just isn't any grip down there.
Lap
Coming up
cars
on lap cars again.
Side by side for the lead again. Here comes Luke Rainey.
This might. Ooh, 3 wide for the lead, maybe? Nope.
Peak to the
Wait.
bottom, leaves in the room, not quite there.
Stacks up the bottom line.
So Xander M's going to hold on to the lead here.
And now
Seems like-
they're gonna run him down though if they're gonna stay single file like that.
Seems like that top side is really strong out of 4.
And now they're catching up to the 22 again. And the 57 of Michael Deitch. 2 damaged cars that have been slowly
22
getting reeled
cost
in
the-
by the leaders.
Cost that
I
one
don't know
a
if we have an
back.
update on the 53 car.
He's a lap down. They fixed whatever was on that car, and he's back out on the track. I believe he's a lap down, though.
Hmm.
Yeah, the big 153 is a lap down. The 22 is now 2 laps down. And the 57 of Michael Deitch is about to go a lap down.
Maybe he just had a setup.
And there he is,
problem.
holding up the top side again.
Ugh.
DS
Thankfully
Gaming's
doesn't
going to lose a whole bunch of momentum.
I wouldn't be
Doesn't-
surprised if some of these guys start spinning the lap cars if they don't move.
If he can stay to the top side, I think the 22 will be fine. But he was just in the race groove last time by, and had nowhere to go. And now he's stuck behind, in front of DriveThrough.
Oh, that's... Looks like he gets around DriveThrough does.
Yeah, looks like the
So
12 does
see
as well.
Two packs for him as well.
This is
Well,
turning
3
into
packs. You got your
Daytona.
leaders. You got your leaders, and then you got everybody in the middle, and then you got the people in the back have all bunched up as well.
There's the big one.
Yeah, he's running along with the 23. Both of those cars are damaged.
Yeah, 53 is...
Well, no, the 53 isn't damaged, but
He had a
he's a
issue
lap
with the
down.
car.
23
Maybe
up the
he'll-
wall pretty good.
Maybe he'll get a caution, maybe. Get up there again. Maybe his shifter fell off, you never know.
What
wheel
incarnation
came up.
in the 24 into 24th? Doing well for somebody who started in 41st, that's for sure. But after 35 laps at the front, it's still Xander M in the lead of the race.
Pole sitter dominating so far.
They're going to go 3 wide
Just
to get
has the
past
speed in his
57
lane,
here.
16, that's not gonna work, man. That's... Oh! Actually,
Oh, he makes it stick. First off the bottom.
right
of
under him,
two.
but the 38's gonna have the runoff.
I don't think he does. I think they're side by side still.
Yeah, they still are.
Slightly.
And
Wow,
mid left
16
999
made a
tucking in
stick.
behind the 16.
But 38's going to have the run of the
He's
corner
gaining
here.
Yeah, he's got the better run off that top side.
Yeah, he's... I think the middle line's probably the better line for the 3.
These guys are chasing each other down the apron. DriveThrough going for all of the racing surface available.
Yeah, that 25 car blocked him pretty hard down the...
Well, it worked out. Nonkraka will stay in front of the 77 for now.
12 almost splashed up and hit someone.
Lots of great racing happening all the way through the field here.
It's fantastic
Leaders
action.
Leaders are kind of just taking it easier now, looks like. Probably just don't want
Well, I heard over the radio, they're telling Luke Rainey just to stick with the 01 for now. They know they're fast, and there's no point really battling out for the lead. They've done enough swaps, I think, already at the front of the pack.
3 wide. DriveThrough's in the middle, actually. 3 wide, 2 packs,
Anderson
3
Reed
wide.
underneath.
Jeez, guys.
The 20 of Ben Pie on the top side.
This is
Tide
not
Pod.
good.
Friendly reminder, do not eat Tide Pods.
I don't tell me what to do.
Alright, eat a Tide Pod. Let me know how they go.
Thank you.
And what's really interesting is that Michael Deitch is still holding a relative speed despite being a lap down now.
He's pretty quick, but when you're on your own, it's
Yeah.
hard to go quick around here. We've seen that through pre-qualifying, qualifying, now in the race. It's got you can see the hood's popped up a little bit on the 57, but it shouldn't hurt him too bad.
Seems to be holding his
Okay.
own.
Yeah. 2's still following the... Nope, he's gonna try and make a move here.
Gonna take a look here.
Yeah, he has a huge
Great
run.
run out of 4.
He had the draft. Not the NFL, but the air.
And in the bottom through 1 and 2, he's going to clear Xander M. Luke Rainey back into the lead of the race. But Xander gets the run out of the corner. The 01 will have the momentum on the top side. They're going to be side by side through 3 and 4.
Yeah, he has a run faster than Usain Bolt. Holy crap.
And as you said, the top side of 3 and 4 is going to work out for Xander M.
Yeah, coming into that trial, that top side seems to be just the best place to be as far as position goes.
They're going side by side for 3rd here. DS Gaming on the bottom of Rusty Fighter.
The Flint Zone thought about making it 3 wide, decided differently.
I think Little Flint Zone is just looking
They're
for
getting
some
there.
clean air into the corner.
Rainey's gonna fall back behind the 01, it looks like.
And as we approach lap 45, we might see some of these guys start darting into the pits.
And
I
now
mean,
would be
I
the
know
time
their
to
tires
start.
are probably just dead.
If you pit now, you will not make it to the end. I don't think if we run green to the end, I think you have to pit twice.
Yeah.
It looks like we might have a green flag run to the end, too.
But these guys right now on their used tires are going about a second slower than they were at the start of the run.
Hard run out of the turn for the 55 right on the bumper of the 2.
Really looking single file. The top
Yeah, now,
20
I wonder
maybe.
Wonder if
They
now we'll
don't
start
want
seeing
to use their stuff up right now. Is what I'm getting from them.
cars. The handles are starting to go. Tires are gone. Fuel's starting to end.
And they're just wanting to hang on.
Burn out.
10 car didn't make the race, did it? Or
Yeah, Mitchell Collins did.
It'll cause
Oh,
you
yeah,
the
he's
race.
back, right?
He's in the back.
he's near the middle of the field.
A Rusty Fighter makes it look on Luke Rainey.
And he's going to get help from DS Gaming on the bottom.
But does he have anything out of it? It looks like ooh. Later in this run, then I don't know if
Rainey
you
has
just don't have that
really
grip on the
good
bottom
car.
side as you would
Yeah, it's
earlier,
just
right? And
not
now DS
working.
Gaming gonna make a look to the bottom of Rusty Fighter.
Oh, the 01.
Xander M's coming to pit.
And so begins the green flag stops.
He wants to get this undercut here.
51,
Mike PMC as well. Remember, these guys
Now,
didn't
they-
pit under caution. So they have to come in earlier. You can see Mitchell Collins already in the
There's
pits.
Collins already on pit road.
So they didn't have a choice, I don't think.
Yeah. Those
now
are the
we'll-
guys that stayed out before.
So now, how long does everybody else stay out? Because I mean, only 2 laps it's only 2 laps.
But a second and a lap faster on the fresher tires. Let's see if the response comes quickly.
Yep, there they
Yep.
go.
Yep.
There goes Luke Rainey, Rusty Fighter, and
DS Gaming's
LaFlinzo.
staying out.
No, Luke Rainey's.
No,
yeah, he is coming in.
Oh,
No.
no.
He was
Just a very
trying to get around.
aggressive pit entry from the 2 car. Does get it load up in time.
He's just trying to get away from those guys so he can see if he can get out first.
So staying out and inheriting the lead of the race now will be Midlife. It was DS Gaming. Now Midlife comes to the bottom.
Spitfire behind him.
Spitfire's just charging. the flag.
And they're going to go
3
3
wide.
wide for the lead.
Here comes the number 1 car. With Pure.
Back into the picture.
Yeah, I've never...
Oh, 16 wants to
Whoa.
pit. Be
Oh, that
careful,
was close.
guys. He made it.
Here comes Pure. Pure's coming into
Pure's
with him.
going
It was
well.
risky, but he did make it.
Almost had a yellow here.
So it looks like
ruined everyone's pit cycle.
4 tires and fuel is the call. Let's find where Xander M is.
I think cars are pretty fast today.
So despite the pit cycle, or apart from the pit cycle, this should put the 01 in the lead of the race, but let's see
51's
where
all
some
down
of these
his-
guys come out.
Okay.
Because Luke Rainey is coming through 1 and 2 right now,
And Xander's in turn 1.
and there comes the 01.
So if the 2 stay, can the 2 keep the lead? Or Xander still has
The
to
2's
come
getting
in?
up to speed. Xander might get around the 55, but Luke Rainey will.
What that-
Is Xander?
He's going to be in the
Wow,
lead
he
here.
come in yet?
He's got a great gap too.
I forgot if Xander came in. Did he?
He did. He came in early. He didn't come
Oh,
in on
yeah.
that first stop, but just he was one of the first ones to pit.
Oh yeah, because he
through the
didn't
cycle.
hit before.
And
Yeah,
I think this is the rest of everybody else.
Pit road is real busy right now.
that pink T77 Toyota.
Not a Toyota.
Close enough. Everything's a Toyota if you try hard enough.
And here comes DS Gaming out of the pits. He's going to be slower, but he will be in the lead here. Let's see if the 2 and the 01 will go around the outside.
And Xander M caught that too really quick as well. He did have the faster run, and
So
Rainey's
Luke
the
Rainey's going to try the
outside.
outside. Let's see what Xander M does here. Xander M's going to stay behind DS Gaming. And now goes to the bottom.
He's gonna
Okay,
completely
now
kill the
Taco on the
16
vapor.
if he's not careful.
So by pitting late and holding up the leaders, DS Gaming is into the lead of the race. Here comes Midlife out of the pits.
What in,
Let's see where he
Not gonna-
merges.
what
he's
in
gonna
tarnation?
he's probably going to fall back to.
DS Gaming is going to go around the outside. That's going to hold up Xander M because he was on the bottom.
Yeah,
Apparently Cody's watching.
It's the Cody.
Ah, yeah, it's Cody. He said he
3
fell asleep.
wide.
Fell asleep after cleaning.
Yeah,
I've done that.
I mean honestly, I don't blame him.
Ugh, you have construction? That sucks. Okay,
Yeah.
I can put you in at Glen next week, though. They're going side by side for the lead.
There's a lot of death
Luke
going on
Rainey
right now.
was on the bottom, but now he's going to slide in behind DS Gaming.
DS
That
Gaming,
16 team,
nice
I mean,
car.
a part-time crew with a fantastic in-lap, a great out-lap, and a quick pit stop has put that 16 into the lead of the race.
You could say that his pit crew was hot and ready for that pit stop.
Oh my goodness.
Shut up. That was worse than my Toyota joke.
Here comes Luke Rainey to the bottom now. With a big run through 1 and 2, he's going to clear the 16 onto the backstretch.
Looks like that 2 is feeling light on his wheels.
Wow. Wow. Luke Rainey back in the lead of the race. Xander M's going to follow him underneath the 16 car.
Dude's about as... That 01 car's as hot Doritos right now.
All right, now you're just trying too hard.
Yeah.
I really am.
So Luke Rainey back into the lead. And there's 2 and the 01. First and second again. These guys have been dominant all day long. But if we stay green, it's going to get interesting at the end. Once we have another cycle of pit stops, these guys might be close enough to battle it out. Here comes DS Gaming, trying to have a look again at second place, but we've seen the bottom of 3 and 4 is just hard to work.
I mean, I'm tired of your jet.
Oh, you're going to scare Tropical away.
That Dodge better dodge the field real quick.
Cody, it's okay. I didn't tell everyone you were going to commentate, so you're all good.
And suddenly
Man,
the jet
he's not going to. I
explodes.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, Cody.
I don't think he's as happy as a Happy Meal right now, but he's moving out of the way.
Jesus. Xander M's going to try and take advantage. Running
Couldn't
slightly
look at the
lower
side
in the
draft.
corner. See if we can get a run out of 4 here.
Where's the 22? Asks Drake.
Midlife's going to
The
run down to
22
the
is
apron, but
many
that's not
laps
helping
down.
him.
80 laps down.
I said many, not 80.
22 is 2
but
laps
much
down.
silly.
The big one is now 2 laps down as well.
I don't think he has a good
And there's the 22.
And they're about to put him 3 laps
Passed it by your
down.
screen right there.
3 is
See-
3 too many to me.
Let's see if they single file behind and underneath of him, or if he parachutes another unfortunate soul.
Yeah. Oh
He's
god,
kinda-
I should
he's
open
the-
Steam. I did not want to do that.
He's the wild card of this race.
Okay, we're good.
It really is. A bit of a moving chicane. 2's going to
And
go to the
Xander-
bottom.
Xander
Xander
now stuck behind him.
he'll get by, actually, but
He's not
Trying
even
to, it
there.
looked like he was trying to tell him to move.
he
The way
did have to
was
slow
driving.
down a bit. DS Gaming in a second place and now having a look at the lead.
They're stacking up.
Happy Meal's not getting there, but he's not on the way up anyways. Well, he has a fast car though. Looks like he's staying with the leaders.
But the 22 definitely doesn't have a fast car after that wreck
No.
early on.
No, he does not.
Yeah, no, he's
So Xander M drops a couple of spots. Midlife gets past him, as does DS Gaming. And now Spitfire's going to have a look to the bottom as well. 48's got a pretty big run in him.
I don't even know where anyone is anymore.
Well, there's a handy-dandy scoreboard in the top left corner of your screen.
And handy numbers
Yeah.
to tell who's who.
DS Gaming throws it in the bottom through 1 and 2. And he'll be side by side and clears the 2. DS Gaming back into the lead of the race.
And Xander now coming back with a vengeance takes a peek to the bottom of midlife.
Miller Lite.
And Spitfire to the bottom of Xander M as well. The battle for that 5th place spot.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
And they're going to go side by side through 1 and 2.
Spitfire with a great run on the bottom side. Looks like Xander doesn't have that top side dialed in like he did earlier on. And the adjustment might have
Comes that 20 car. We
voided
haven't
that.
talked about him much, but he's getting up there.
Yeah, Benpai's, he's been quiet all race. Up into 6th place.
Out of nowhere.
20's looking real fast after this pit stop, and it's the exact
Squeaky clean.
opposite situation for the 01.
His car looks squeaky clean too, though.
People in the crowd looking for a caution.
People in the crowd looking for a new commentator. Luke Rainey to the bottom for the lead again.
I don't know if you're coming for me or him or both of us at the same time.
Who's the one making the bad puns?
All
Both of us.
That's kind of fair. Side by side again through 3 and 4. DS Gaming will have the advantage through here. Luke Rainey trying to
Xander's
fight
stuck
back.
behind
But
eight.
now Xander's going to look for 3rd here.
Oh no, don't start the burp count. That was just one burp and I let it out on accident. Please don't do that.
And they got another lap car of 32. Anthony plays. An
What's this
unfortunate
sponsor?
first turn incident.
Walmart?
Anthony
Yes.
Think he's
plays his...
saving much money.
Oh my god.
He is rolling back positions though.
Oh my goodness. He's
And
got
now
that...
s-
Yeah, he still has damage on the
I don't
right side of the
think
car.
he's-
And he just held up midlife 9999.
I don't think he's really living a good life.
That might allow Benpai to come through here.
Spitfire on the bottom.
They're going to be side by
push.
side through turn 1 here. And it will allow Benpai to clear midlife. And he's going to have a look at the bottom of Xander M now. And they're side by side for the lead yet again.
That NR 2003 burp count has begun. Oh no. I guess I gotta give the fans what they want, don't I?
Luke Rainey to the bottom in 3 and 4. He's got a
Right on that quarter panel.
He's got a bumper underneath him.
Does he have the run though? That's not what I asked.
Got the cat in the booth making noises. Luke Rainey does have the run. We haven't seen the bottom work too well through 3 and 4, but that 2 car is making it happen. Clears the 16 into the lead of the race, and here comes Ben Pye.
With a run.
Priya McShane is begging for a caution right now on the radio.
Yeah, the 42 started at the front. Hasn't been doing too hot all day. And
a little disappointed. She was my pick.
Oh no.
Oh, that's true. Now down into 29th.
Ouch. Man, alright, I'm just going to not pick people from that one.
Ben Pye's had a mediocre season so far, but a fantastic run at Pocono.
Cat is...
And now a really strong car here today.
Everyone in chat loves my cat, and he just did nothing. He meowed.
Kitty kitty, is that the kitty kitty? It's not the kitty kitty. It's a different kitty.
Move the button.
I think Ben Pye could be the sleeper pick in this race.
Me too. What is happening? A cat sound, and immediately everyone loves it. Like, he made a cat noise, and they loved it. And the 16 is probably the hottest car out there. Actual no pun intended this time.
He's hot and ready for that first place spot.
You gotta stop.
Stop.
He's gonna clear the 2 here.
Cat is now on my lap.
They've shuffled positions for the lead quite a bit here. Now Luke Rainey's gonna try the crossover, but here comes Ben Pye way to the bottom. That one's not gonna work quite yet.
That too far squeezed the 20 down there.
Yeah,
he hold up that bottom line.
Now the 01 and the 48 going to look to the bottom. They're going to spread out across the front stretch here.
And John's in chat, just chop. Yeah, that's... I currently have...
And now they're catching up to NASCAR Lover 201, who I think caught the wall at some point, is a little bit off the pace.
They're really wrangling him in.
Oh, God.
Wow. Xander M says something's up with the car. It's just not working the way he wants it to. Still in the top 5, but we're not seeing him battling for the lead like he was before. Speaking of which, here comes Luke Rainey with a big run at the bottom.
And Ben Pye with an even bigger run down to the apron, trying to get underneath Luke Rainey there on the bottom.
They might go 3 wide for the lead here. Here comes the 48. 3 wide for the lead of the race here on lap 63. Ben Pye way to the bottom of the track. And that's not going to work out for him. That's going to hold him up. And Xander M might take advantage. The 20 and the 48 were both way on the bottom of the track. They lost a whole bunch of momentum.
Ow,
16
buddy.
and the 2 are still battling.
Okay, that's a claw. Thank you. Stepped right on my belly button. Loved it.
McSpookboy also calling for a caution.
Everyone wants a caution. Oh, jeez. That's not how I meant to say that.
Spookboy currently down in 33rd position.
Yeah,
they're going 3 wide for the lead again with the 20 on the bottom.
Yeah, he's just...
Nothing down there.
That's not going to work, dude.
Spitfire gets a run on Ben Pye. Is going to take a look to the bottom from another 2.
Down the back straightaway, they go single file again. Now behind the 3 car. NASCAR Lover 201 about to go a lap down.
The 7 car actually came back from being spun early on and is up in 8th.
Oh yeah, how about that?
He did. Chase the Coyote was backwards, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was.
He fell backwards hard and just worked his way.
And in a field so spread out, you'd think it'd be so difficult to kind of carve your way through the pack, but Chase the Coyote could be one to watch here at the end.
It's that NR 2003 voice crack count now. Great. It's only me that gets these things to happen to them. It's just...
Single file down the back.
Looks like that... Wow, I just lisped.
They're going to put NASCAR Lover 201 another lap down here.
Let me gain my my sanity back real quick. Sorry.
You go do that.
Yeah, let me do that.
You go down to the concession stand and get hot dog or something.
Yeah, let me do that.
Go to the basement of Homestead. Check out that model.
Yeah, I will. I like that Homestead mod. 48's running with that. That Lowe's hardware car has some pretty nice hardware that's working on it. Anyways, they're going to go into turn 3, and that's the wrong turn, buddy.
3 looking to get us not give up that lap so easily.
Oh, he's
on a great run. Wow.
He got right up
He
on the
wants to
desperate
stay on the
move for
lead
a
lap
lap
here.
car.
I mean, if there's a caution, he'll be able to catch right back up, but he's got to stay ahead of the pack.
I wonder if they had to make an unscheduled pit stop.
Well, you can see
Something.
he's got some damage on the right side, so maybe they had to spend some time in that pit stop
It looks like
pulling
it's not really
the quarter
And
panel
Ben
out.
Pie to the bottom of the 16 now.
Oh, Ben Pie.
And
coming up for the
Spitfire to the bottom of
Spitfire.
him.
Big move.
Look at the hardware on that car. I see that you've just accepted it.
And this battle with the 3 has backed Luke Rainey up into the clutches of DS Gaming.
And Ben Pie
Here he
lurking
comes.
right behind, and Spitfire as well. Spitfire again trying that bottom side. You'd think he'd have learned by now.
Eventually it might work out, but it has not so far.
He might be able to pull it off a little bit better in the early run when he got a little bit more grip on those tires, but
Ben Pie has gotten around the 16 on the top side.
Oh, here comes.
So now into
Yeah.
second place is that 20 car.
Now this is pod racing.
Wow. Wow.
that was terrible.
That's the worst one yet. Jesus.
There's a bad pun count going in the chat as well.
It's literally just me at this point.
Jared Preston Plays wants to know where he is. You are currently in 30th. Let's actually take a look at the back of the pack here. Jan's in the 47, Kumon Cup Series in the 44 have lost the rest of the pack here. 35th and 36th, they're a little bit off pace here.
Earlier on in the race.
Seen these cars sort of grouping up a little bit. The 08, the 23, the 60, the 6,
Oh,
the 8, all
There's a
kind
race winner
of
in the 6.
battling each other back here. These guys are pretty far back.
yeah, they really are.
14, the 04, the 42. Some of these guys have really started to spread out.
Just pure. We haven't heard much.
There's what incarnation?
Up
He's
in the
back
19th,
Out of the front. Yep.
but
They
he
got
is behind the
they
current
got
points
strong
leader.
drive.
F1 Fan 2751 in 16th place. Just a handful of
Snapchat.
points ahead of One Carnation. Looking to extend that
guess-
lead.
Oh, I'll ask you afterwards, actually. That'd be smarter.
Cody H. Gaming looking to make a move into the top 10 here on the bottom of DNP.
And Cody has not had a good run in the Sim Series so far. This would be good for him to pick up a top 10.
Apparently, I'm kind of quiet on the
Whoa,
stream.
coming
Oh,
close together. The 53 and the 22. No contact there, but
It looked like it. It really did.
22 as a moving chicane has certainly made some things interesting.
And at 22 again. Claimed another victim in the 18.
This is
And
brought to you by Great
and
Victory.
that-
Aggressive move.
That
Fire
will
with
move
Cody
Cody
over.
H. Gaming, I think, into the top 10 here. This F1 Fan 2751 goes way down the track to try and maintain his run.
that-
32's in the pits.
Big one has Mick fallen back, but it's just, yeah. It's just,
Anthony Plays, I think he had to pit early on.
He was involved in that early.
Yeah, from damage, so
he looks pretty clean, but I don't think the engine's.
I think he didn't pit with everyone else and he had to stay out, so he's just off cycle.
3 cars still holding on to second place. He's still trying to get his lap back.
Second in line, but
Second-
certainly
that's
not
what I
second
meant.
place.
No, he is way behind. Oh, back to the inside. Oh, burp. No.
Side by side for second. DS Gaming throws it down to the bottom of the track. He's not going to have the run at the corner. I mean, you can see as these runs go on, the outside really comes into play and the bottom
Cody
becomes
H,
useless.
Top 10. There we go. Cody just.
Cody
said that
H
down.
1010. Cody H finally having a decent
Top
run
10
here
H
in the
Gaming.
Sim Series.
Look like that Napa car got some good auto parts and the thing. It's going straight forward.
Pure in the 61 running in 9th currently. He's been sort of at the base of the top 10 all day.
And Cody H. Gaming looking for a run on him. And Cody climbed his way up to the field now.
He's gotten past the 3 now. No.
Stop twitching your
He
back,
hasn't.
dude.
Spitfire right behind him. He's going to go around the outside of DS Gaming. And now the
Oh, he has
inside of
Spitfire
Ben
with a great
Pie.
run.
Was he laying on his bumper and just pushing him a little bit? Because it looked,
Looked like
It was really close if they didn't make contact. I think he might have given a little tap. Ben Pie probably not too happy about that one, but it's going to put Spitfire into second place, and that's the best he's done all day.
And what a
Ken
gig.
is currently mad at me. And he left. Okay, bye. Okay, back to the race.
Although NASCAR Lover 201 still working the back of
Dude,
Luke Rainey. He really wants to stay on the lead lap.
Refusing to give that lap up.
I don't think he moved him, but he definitely came close.
He's
Spitfire to the bottom.
Spitfire's going to try and use the 3 as a pick to the bottom of the track.
If I was the 3, I would have backed off and let them hit each other there.
Trying the Mika Hakkinen maneuver. It's not going to work. In fact, he might lose a spot to the 20. And he will. Benpai goes around the outside.
16.
And this might get the spot to the 20 in the first place.
That was an aggressive move.
Oh no, he got no run on the bottom right there.
But he might be able to get back past the 20 here. He's got a run on the outside. The 16 goes to the bottom along with Xander M. Xander M pushing DS Gaming here.
Koji says that the 28 car that he made might be the nicest scheme he's ever made. And
Xander M's going to get held up on the bottom here. And the 55 and the 28 have closed right in. Cody H Gaming is carving up through the field. And
28's driving more like it. Jeez.
He might be looking at the top 5 here. On the inside of the 55, these guys are all clumped up together.
That 28 car looks like it's hooked up for the.
He's got the momentum here, but the 16's going to go down the track. Cody's got nowhere to go.
Nope, not 4 wide, my bad. Perspective is everything.
Cody in the 6th place.
Cody has a great chance of...
Oh! Forces Rusty Fighter to the top side. Cody in the third down.
DS Gaming very loose on the bottom, and the 01's going to get around him as well. He's falling back. He's got Chase the Cody and Pure attacking him now.
Cody's all over that.
Where's the 28's found a whole bunch of speed?
He's got a long run car, it looks like.
Went from Cody H Gaming to Cody H Driving. Jeez.
Wow.
I already made that joke. Now you knows.
Yeah, he did.
Tide Pods.
That's even worse.
But like, you just okay.
Cody H Gaming does have a top 5 so far this season, but it's been kind of mediocre. He's never been fighting for a win, that's for sure. Currently sitting 16th in points.
Quite a few of the drive-through big ones, including Charlotte and Richmond come to mind right away.
Keep in mind, Charlotte's where most of the drivers that we haven't seen much of finished in the top 10.
Now Spitfire to the bottom of Benpai.
And he's got a pretty big one. Wow. He's got a pretty big run. He might be able to make it work through 1 and 2 here. See if he can clear the 20.
Just a little bit loose on the bottom side.
The bottom side's just not working out this late in the run. Cody H Gaming is experiencing the same thing alongside of Rusty Fighter in the 55.
And
I expect to see more pit stops in the next 30 laps, maybe.
Well, we only got 20 laps to go, so I would hope so. But yeah, we're now entering our pit window. To see if anybody's going to try the undercut, as it wound up backfiring in Charlotte when there was that late yellow.
Absolutely. That yellow halfway through the pit cycle just changed everything at Charlotte and at Pocono. So these guys really got to be careful.
Oh, not another one. Oh, it's going back away. I can't add onto the counter.
Jan's on the 47 at risk of going a lap down here. I think he's all alone on track now.
Cody's tired of my puns too.
And here comes Spitfire to the bottom of the 55.
A little help from Cody H behind him. Trying to get back around Rusty Fighter.
Look at that man go.
Xander M is still around the top 10.
Oh, 20 to the inside for the lead.
Benpai to the bottom of the track. I don't think it's going to work out.
No run. Lap car. That's Johnson. I gotta get used to not saying that it's Janza, but Johnza is like my favorite way to say that.
Cody even look to the bottom.
Is Cody gonna pit? He's
I don't
way
think
on
so.
the bottom side
He was
there.
just really slow through there. I think he kind of got... He tried to have a look at the bottom of the 48. Didn't expect him to run as low as he did. Loses all his momentum, and then Rusty's going to go around the outside.
Man, 20 lost some speed there. I don't think he has the tires to push it that much.
Well, since we have been green this whole time, these green flag stops we're about to start are going to be the most important that these teams have ever done. It could be the beginning or the end of your race here.
Almost completely single file. The whole pack stretches out down the back straightaway. I think we'll see these guys just play it safe until we get these pit stops done.
Yeah, more pit stops.
Because we saw how much the pit stops under green flag can change the order at the front. And with the bottom line just not really working, they could stay in line. Although the
And this lap
Luke
car's
Rainey
Woohoo!
gonna
the 3 car's using
Benpai
the,
with a great run.
Yeah, he was using the bait. He was using the 47 as bait.
Luke
Benpai
Rainey got
around the
caught
ball.
between a slow car and a slow place. And now here comes Benpai to the bottom. Through 3 and 4.
Can you make this one stick? I don't think he can.
Although he's got the momentum.
He's got a lot of momentum right now.
Great run out
Through
there. He's got
3 and 4, that's surprising.
But the 3's gonna follow the 2 cars.
Benpai with a great run.
Through
Beats
the
him
middle
across
comes
the
the 3
line.
car.
New leader. Benpai 10-24. Here comes the 3 in the middle.
The 3 refusing
He's
to
gonna
give up
force
that
the
lap.
2 wide.
You have to give him some props.
Oh, he's gonna give him the run.
aggression.
And here
Huge
comes Luke
run.
Rainey
Oh,
around the
man.
outside.
Huge run for the 2 car.
20 got stuck way down on the bottom. He's not going to be happy about that. Not at all.
Oh, man.
And Spitfire is going to get into second place. Cody is going to make it into the top 3. He goes around the outside of Benpai.
If I was the 20, I would move the 3 at this point. It's just unacceptable.
And now they've got the 47 in front of them as well.
Okay.
Now Luke Rainey's going to go to the inside. Jens is going to leave the bottom open.
Good on him. Moves out of the way. 3 cars charging on the outside.
Got lead lappers on the inside, lap cars on the outside, down the back straightaway.
Jans, I might get the run off the back stretch.
He will. He got a
Keep his
push
lap.
from the 3. And they're going to go 3 wide for second.
Oh, the 2 car
Cody
snaps.
around the outside.
Oh, he's
Luke Rainey's pitting.
Luke Rainey pitting. Benpai going with him.
Yep.
Looks like they're-
Rainey and Benpai are coming
they're
in,
gonna
as is Rusty Fighter and the big one, Mike PMC and What Incarnation, going for those early pit stops. Lap 87 of 100. Let's see if it pays
Ka-chow,
off.
my
One-
fam.
1 second a
Ka-chow.
lap is a lot.
Pures
of
coming in,
advantage.
everyone. Looks like every single person that went down
Cody Agent Gaming
is
the-
leading this race.
to the lead, and the chat goes wild.
Did they really go wild, though?
I don't know.
No.
So Cody leads. Let's see if he'll respond quickly. Yes, he
Cody
will.
to the pit road.
Cody's happy about it,
Spitfire
chat.
with him.
Spitfire as well. Chase the Coyote's going to inherit the lead here.
Will Cody lead the lap, though, is the question.
DNP 10 and the 9 both had a great pit entry. They closed the gap right up to the 48 and the 28. This guy's being very aggressive on the pit entry. And
Fireball came from obscurity to be in
I don't
the
think
top 15
Cody's gonna have a
through
run
that
out
last
of the
cycle of
pits,
stops.
well, it's important to see how these guys deal with these busy pit stops. I mean, you can see how many cars are coming in and out of the pits.
I haven't heard much about Adria yet.
So Luke
Oh,
Rainey
no.
comes out of the pits just ahead of Xander M. No, Xander M's going to go around the outside. Has Xander pitted? He has.
Yeah, he has. He's flying, dude.
So Xander, with an early pit stop, is going to go around the outside of Luke Rainey.
That's not good for the late run,
In
though.
front of him is
Right.
Rusty Fighter.
Definitely gonna have.
But
Racing
Benpai
Benpai.
is even further up the road.
I wonder if he went
7
with 2
cars in
tires.
the lead right now. Jeez.
So as these guys come out of the pits, you can see Cody and Spitfire both going to lose out to Benpai. Those are all the lap cars.
A lot of progression.
A
for-
great pit stop for Fireball.
He's come from obscurity to be in the top 10 now.
32, who is a lap down, is going to go to the inside of Benpai, and I think Benpai is now in the lead of this race.
Is he though? If Benpai's in the lead, my pants are too big,
What?
What?
and apparently my pants are just right because the 7's leading.
But Rusty gets past them, so coming out of the pits, where is the 7 car?
Yeah.
Wait,
I have any clue where the
paging
7
Chase
cars-
the Coyote.
Oh, he's coming
There
out of
he
the
is.
pits now. So the 7 and
He's
the
coming out right
83 have pitted now. They're going to come out of the
If he
pits.
He might have a good chance of keeping the run going if he can
Yeah,
just
they're
get out right now.
just now getting out of 4.
Currently, I think Rusty is first
If he
of these
can get
guys who've
going.
pitted.
If he can get
is-
going right now, he has a good chance of keeping the lead. If he can get off of turn 2 right now and get going, he has a good chance.
I don't think he's got the speed. I think he's going to be in the conversation with the top 5, but I don't think
Oh,
he's
if he
going
can
to
get
come
up on
back
the
out
track and
front.
hold them up, maybe.
Maybe, and he's going to try and do it.
He gets up the track.
So the 55 in the lead. Chase the Coyote.
Bottom
Oh,
Rusty's
Fighter
gonna go
to the
around the outside
lap
here.
Cars in front.
Oh, 55. Will the 7 get the lead
I mean-
back, though? 'Cause
Well,
he's
they've got
technically
fresh tires.
free.
We know the bottom can work now. They've got lap traffic in the way. They're going to cross the line. 10 laps to go. Rusty Fighter leads out of
don't
Chase the
think he's-
Coyote, Benpai, Midlife. Pure is in
What is this?
5th. I bet it's the 01, the 9, the 2, the 53, 48.
53's back?
What incarnations in the top 10?
What a drive.
That early pit stop absolutely paid off for the 24 team. Cody H Gaming is now outside of the top 10 again with not a great pit stop. And Rusty making his way through this lap traffic.
Putting
Seven
space,
just doesn't have the
putting
speed to keep
buffers
up with him.
between him and the cars behind him.
He's had a race-winning car on several occasions here, just unable to close. But through this last pit cycle, makes his way into the lead of the race.
And has now put 2 lap cars 2x2 in front of Chase the Coyote, the only one who can currently challenge him.
Chase really wants to get by both of these lappers as soon as he can, but
If he can,
with them going side by side, it'd be hard.
And what about a rebound for this 7 car
He's
after being
slowing down.
involved
The
in that
55
lap
is
1
a little
incident?
slow right now. With about 8 to go, 9 to go here. 7 to go, actually.
They're going to cross the line, 8 laps to go. I can count even if you can't. 32 and the 3 are going side by side again. Chase wants to get by these guys. Can he make it work way on the bottom? I don't think so.
Now midlife trying to get that 2nd spot away.
They're going to have more lap traffic here in the form of Kumon Cup Series.
Rusty Fighter might be playing a
I know that
strategy
7
game.
car's begging for him to get up in the front of it. Yeah.
That was a sentence. And looks like the Rusty Fighter through 4 has put 2 lap cars between him and 2nd place, letting 2nd place battle it out. And if he can if the 3 and the 32 keep battling each other like this, Chase Coyote's going to have nowhere to go.
Chase needs some help, but Midlife has dropped back a little bit. Pure and Benpai right behind him, battling a little bit.
7 is falling back. He just cannot get around these guys.
Now the 55 looking to the bottom of Janza in the 47, trying to put another car between him and 2nd place.
Chase is going to have a good run of the corner here. He's going to be on the outside of the 3, coming into 3 and 4, and that might work out. If the 55 gets stuck on the bottom, Chase the Coyote will have the momentum through 3 and 4, but Anthony Plays is going to be in the way here.
Gets that run off the off the
3
outside.
car is just a brick, and that's not a good way to say things. Wait.
And now he's around, clears the 3, he's going to push the 32 around the
He's gonna have
55
the
to
run
take
on
a
the
challenge
outside.
on the outside.
He's going to try and use Anthony Plays to help him around the outside of Rusty Fighter. I don't think that's going to work. He's going to go to the bottom now.
Or just get between them.
Right.
Contact! He turns him!
That's
turned him
not
down.
And he hit Rusty!
Takes out the race leader.
And Chase the Coyote gets into the lead.
That's the most
Wow.
controversial way to take the lead I've ever seen.
That is some bump and run for you there, using a lap car as a pick to take the leader out of the first spot.
It's a
Wow,
legit
what a
strategy.
And
but it's
Rusty's
just-
going to be
that's-
fuming.
Chase the Coyote with an aggressive move to put himself in position to win this race.
Oh man.
Let's go back and see what
That's-
happens, because that is a race-changing moment. You can see Chase is
That's
just
just-
tired of Anthony being up high. They lock bumpers and just catches Rusty. Nothing he could do about it, and he loses 2 spots.
That probably
Wow.
just won the 7 the race. If he can keep the lead now, he has the race won. He's getting stuck
Chase,
behind
he's
Jansen now,
got
though.
two lap cars between him and 2nd place of midlife.
The 83 now, midlife is now in the...
And Pure gets into 3rd.
Wow. This is
And I feel
exciting.
Rusty Fighter's going to fall back. He's got to have some aero damage.
With
after
4 to
that.
go this time by.
I mean, that was a pretty hard hit. They're going to cross
just
the
did-
line here.
Kudos to both those drivers for keeping it straight, too.
4 to go. Can Midlife close this gap? He's got 2 lappers between them. Rusty Fighter now down to 4th place. 5th place.
That was just...
I think we're going to see some fireworks here after the race.
And the words of Dale Waltrip, you can't do that. And
Was not
he did
Darrell
it.
Waltrip.
Well, he did it at Bristol. He did it at Bristol and he went like 4 wide.
Chase the Coyote. I don't know if that was his intention. I think he was just trying to get below the 32.
There's no way that was not intentional. He hooked the corner bumper on that 32 car. There's no way that wasn't intentional.
But I don't think
He
it was
probably
intentional
didn't
to
intend
turn him into
to
the
take the 55,
leader.
but that was definitely an intentional.
3 to go
move.
this time, by the way.
I think he was just trying to get the 32 out of his way, and the 55 was in the
Will this be the 7's first win this season? If he does win.
Absolutely. I mean, Chase the Coyote started the season off as a part-time driver. He's run at least 2 races less than the rest of the
2 to go.
field. And
2 to go.
before this event, sitting 19th in points, having run 2 less races than everybody else, this 7 car is certainly impressed. And he's going to fight his way to the lead here in Michigan.
Maybe he can't.
I don't think anybody's going to catch him. There's 2 laps to go. I don't. He's got putting a 3rd car between him and 2nd place.
He has such a fast car
No.
today. Oh, this lap car is just not. The 3 car's just been a pain in the rear end the whole race.
Refusing to give up any positions or laps on this track. Great run for that 3 car, despite. I mean, he hasn't really caused anybody any issue today. There's just been that 32. It looks like.
White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Chase the Coyote looking for his first win in the Sim Series. Part-time driver converted to full-time.
Oh, he slows down the bottom.
I don't think the 83 is close enough. He still has the 32 between him and 2nd place.
Oh, here comes the 83, though. He might have a run off of 4 if he can get there.
32 is going to look to the bottom. That's going to slow
no.
Chase down.
Around the
Here comes
32.
midlife.
Oh!
The 47's slow. He's not going to be
doesn't
close
have it.
enough.
He doesn't have it. 7 wins.
Chase the Coyote
7.
will fight his way to victory here at Michigan.
After wrecking in the first
And
First
Rusty
lap.
Fighter
He was
falls back to 6th place.
lap, and he wrecked.
6th place, and there is definitely going to be some discussion after this race about a controversial move for his first win in the Sim Series and locking himself into the chase-offs.
God, what a run. Midlife is coming up to congratulate him right there.
A little love tap on the bumper. What a finish to that race. I think if we had another lap, we would have had an interesting run between Midlife 9999 and the 7, but 7's going to lock that win.
I have never seen anything like that.
Me either. So it has to be a first in the drive-through sim series. For
Using
sure.
the
a
lap
car.
traffic as a weapon. Using him as a weapon to win the race.
I think the drive-through sim series bylaws are going to have to include that in there. Do not use lap traffic as a weapon.
You've heard of Elf on the Shelf, now get ready for Glock in the sock.
And that is the first win for Toyota in the Sim Series. It took quite a while, 10 races into the season.
Chase on the radio screaming.
Let's go back one more time and see the race-winning move from Chase the Coyote. And we can look at some onboards now, too. That was incredible. Here they are, lap 95 of 100. Chase finally closes the gap.
He's tired of it. He's tired of it.
He knows the 32 is holding him up. He sees the run he's got.
And
He just
hooks him.
Hooks the bumper.
And that little touch costs the 55 absolutely everything. Let's go on board with Rusty Fighter, and I don't think there's anything he could have done differently. He had that race won.
Oh. It looks like it gave him some damage too, and it slowed him down.
Let's go on board with the 3 because I think he saw this whole thing unfold.
Metallica's in here. What's up, man?
And that's just so unfortunate. I mean, what could he have done?
Nothing. He was
Kyle
minding
Larson.
his own business.
Anthony just. I said Kyle Larson. I hate myself.
Because it's that 32.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We had, I think, a record number of viewers in this race, and deservingly so. Despite a lack of chaos,
Cody
we
H.
did
Gaming
end some good
is
racing. Let's look at the
slightly-
official standings.
Is he mad or is he happy? I don't know if Cody's hit mad or
Well,
he felt a 14th.
He felt 14th, and he was running in 3rd place. That pit stop
His
just
pit crew.
did not work out.
his pit crew just.
So Chase the Coyote will take the victory
Don't
by
get that.
Jason is
0.16
spamming
seconds over. Oh yes, thank you.
Thank you, Janza.
Okay. Chase the Coyote wins by 0.16 seconds over midlife 9999. Pure ends 3rd place. I mean, he had a great pit stop at the end. So did Fireball. Came from absolutely nowhere. Luke Rainey ends up only 5th, but I'm pretty sure he led the most laps, so he should get 5 bonus points for that. Rusty Fighter had this race won. Ends up with only 6th place. Ben Pye 7th, Xander M 8th, Spitfire in his return from injury with a top 10. Very impressive. Jake 24 ends in 10th. What Incarnation does not get a top 10 in the end, but from 41st, that's impressive nonetheless. 11th place finish, which should close
Cody.
down the
Save the
lead
replay.
in the points.
You need to have a highlight reel of every single good move this season. There we go.
DNP 10 and 12th. Let's go to the... Chase was backwards, right? On lap 1?
Yeah, first lap. First lap, he was backwards,
This is a lot of
getting
clicking.
turned.
I think I can just...
Yeah, do that and then go to race. Session race and then 1. Lap 1. Or that works too.
Because he started, I mean, deep in the field. But you can see the 16 and the 83 were
Started
also
actually
back here.
alongside Midlife 9999.
And DS Gaming was there as well.
From what I remember, the 22 bounced off the wall and just nailed the ball. Yep. Just bottomed out the whole field and 7 got turned sideways.
Yeah, and he gets turned. Absolutely turned backwards.
But
Let's
he
go
saves
with a break. Manages to keep it rolling. But at this point, he's almost at the back of the pack, apart from these
that.
damaged cars, of
Okay.
course.
Okay, so what I think ruined the 22's race is when he smacked into the 32 after he was sideways.
He was in 32nd on that restart and just carved
What a run.
through the field into the top 10, and that's incredible. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm glad we got record numbers on this race, and definitely tune in next week because we're going to Watkins Glen, and if Cody doesn't fall asleep, he's going to be commentating as well. But until then,
911, I'm calling it.
for ThatNR2003 Guy and SNB TV, thank you all for tuning in. Let's go to some donuts.
Peace out.
Wait, no. Donuts, and then we peace out.
No, me. I was gonna mute my mic so you could do that, but
All right, bye. Thanks
I'll
for...
just yeehaw. I'll just yeehaw the whole time. Winner race.
First Toyota win.
First Toyota win in the ESPN number 7 car.
Espen. Gotta play the ESPN theme now. I do have my trumpet on me, but I'm not gonna go get that.
Definitely check the Discord after this because I think the top 35 might have changed. We may have some people crossing that all-important line. Definitely look out for the Chase-Offs grid, post-race interviews, all that fun stuff happening later on tonight. And let's go to the replay.
Da, 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 da.
So again, thank you for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, do subscribe to DriveThrough. I do this thing every week.
Yeet.
It's kind of fun. And like this video if you like the Sim series. More will happen. Let's get to the victory music. And congratulations, Chase the Coyote, for the first win as a Toyota. Here's some burnout action.